Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Azuma. Been getting a lot of questions about Azuma lately, people going, I was thinking about getting the Azuma for Global XP. Is it any good? Well, I'm going to show you that this ship is incredibly, stupidly good. But it's got a big Achilles heel. It's actually got two Achilles heel. One, if anybody has 16-inch guns or above, there's no angling against it. They will simply annihilate you if they're not complete morons. And two, going against specifically light cruisers armed with torpedoes, you are pretty much screwed. Okay? So that's the two Achilles heels of the Azuma. Everything else is incredibly busted. She is nasty. She's got a lot of heals. She's got the fast reload of the damage control, which means she doesn't have the long extended reload of the damage control like battleships do, like some of the other super cruisers do. Azuma has a lot going for it. But one thing I do want to point out is Azuma also requires just a lot of paying attention. You got to understand what the ship is good at, what it's not good at. It's very good at just smashing stupid battleship players. Alright? I'm just going to throw that out there. And people can get mad at me for all they want, but I'm calling it. If you're a battleship captain and you decide to turn broadside in front of a freaking supercruiser, you deserve everything that's coming your way. You are a good portion of what's wrong with this game. Okay? Get better or keep getting put in videos. It's your choice. Next. The other thing that this thing struggles with is against light cruisers specifically. Heavy cruisers not so much because you tend to citadel them, but against light cruisers oh my god, hello. All that thought, full broadside Veneto for the win. He uses his smoke, but it's a little too late. We get the shot out and we put up 8,900 damage in the first shot with a cruiser. Not too shabby. Now, I load almost solely AP out of this thing. Occasionally, I'll load up the HE, but generally speaking, if I have the AP, I have the AP loaded. Why? Because the AP in this thing is stupidly good. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Especially, look at this person, Nick. Can we please talk about the fact that there is clearly two British AP-only cruisers and a battleship there, and his only thought in his little brain is, I need to go full broadside and get my torpedoes away with widespread because that's the best way to play the game. Now this next shot is disgusting. Watch this Roma's health. Blam! Again, I swear, if you are dumb enough in a battleship to go full broadside in front of a supercruiser, you deserve everything. And shocker, the first person dead is the freaking Munchen. Who could have seen that coming? I wonder if that ship would have come in handy at some point later on. All that DPM, oh my god, torpedoes, oh, that would have been fantastic, right? I wonder if that could have come in handy later on. No, let's immediately throw our torpedoes out, go full broadside, and get yeeted into oblivion. And that's when the Fiji shows up. And watch this Fiji. Fiji comes out. He's clearly trying to torpedo the battleship. We're going to get the shot out. We get absolutely screwed. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the problem with light cruisers. I can't citadel light cruisers at close range. I will almost always overpin. These guns are incredibly good. They are rail guns. But the problem with rail guns is overpenetrations, especially against lightly armored targets. That is the biggest downside. Watch this Roma again. Still broadside, still begging for it, and he gets lucky. We only hit him with 3. Now watch what happens next. This Bortos has to be the dumbest cruiser player I have ever seen. 30 millimeters of bow plating, all the torpedoes you could ever ask for, fast reload, and this is what he chooses to do with his ship. You killed my friend! You monster! Joke's on you, dum-dum. I'm still alive! Get wrecked! Notice that I still have a battleship behind me. Notice that this Roma is still full fucking health. I say full fucking health. He's full health because of all the damage that I've done to him, and nobody else. How has no one else done any damage on this flank? I've put up 103,000 damage against 3 targets. I've killed 2 of the 3 and probably should have got the 3rd if the game didn't screw me on overpenetrations as the guy was angled away. I should have been able to citadel him, but I digress. We have now survived a ram, gotten a diehard, put up 103,000 damage, and soloed a 1 versus 3 scenario. Are you convinced that this ship is good yet? Anybody? Okay, need more proof. Gotcha. I will do my best. You need more proof. Now, right here you can see Cleveland showing the full broadside. We're gonna go ahead. We're aiming high because we want as many target or shells as possible. But look at that accuracy, man. There ain't no battleship getting that accuracy. It just ain't happening. And as he turns in, tell me how that's not a goddamn citadel. Like, the man angled. It's at range. They're plunging in. How is it not a citadel? Well, Spartan, maybe you aimed a little bit too far backwards. Those hit right at the rear turrets. Maybe the shells pinned and went past the citadel. Okay. We'll take that as the answer. But we've put up 115,000. We get another shot out. We get a ricochet off of the Cleveland this time. But you can see that now we're being shot at by the enemy Suja, as well as the Cleveland. Now, we know that the Achilles heel of this thing is the DPM, right? That is the biggest problem with the Azuma, is the DPM. You just simply do not have the reload capacity to be able to deal with these cruisers, these light cruisers especially. Now, what I want you guys to pay attention to next is what happens to my team. Like, I don't know what my team is doing, but we're going to do our best, right, to try to carry these potatoes to a victory, no matter what it costs, as we put up a high caliber already. That is a high caliber in 6 minutes, okay, in a cruiser. Just want to put that out there. Not setting fires. 6 citadels. Now, we get a shot here, and it says I can't lob the island, but I gotta try. You miss all the shots you don't take. He's low health. I want him gone. Unfortunately, we don't get the kill, but fortunately, Veneto does. Okay, now, pay attention to next. We know that this Veneto is here. We've got him on sonar. I want him to come around the corner. He's not stupid, okay? He is simply biding his time. My battleship that was out there that went full broadside is now dead. Shocker. And now the other battleship has decided to go around the island and potentially flank. This is an amazing use of his time. However, he has now decided that he has been attacked by swordfish because he's in a German battleship. He has been attacked by swordfish. They have jammed his rudder, and he is now going to do a complete turnaround. Rather than flanking the battleship, who is bow tanking the motherfucking island right in front of me, rather than flanking him and killing him, he's like, nah, I'm going to come back around and hide behind my cruiser. Because battleship can't do anything. It's German, after all. What can we expect? Now here, I absolutely punished the Balti. We're going to try to hit the Balti again, as he's going to obviously go forward. So we take that shot, hoping for the best. Unfortunately, he's trying to dodge a ram. So he ends up angling against us, and then they end up ramming anyway. So they go down. It is now a 2 versus 3. And like I said, if this Gnaizeno behind me had just went around the corner, he could have easily killed the Veneto. Veneto was not prepared for it. He could have easily killed that Veneto. But he chooses not to. Now, in this scenario, I'm down on points. They have all the caps. I'm hoping that the Veneto has reversed. Unfortunately, at the exact same moment I decide to push, he also decides to push. And I had HE loaded, and this is why I don't use HE, but I had HE loaded because I was worried that he was going to be reversing bow tanking me, because that's the smart play here. But he doesn't do that. He decides to charge in, and I wish I was in reverse here initially, because I would have absolutely crushed this man. But watch what I do next. He's now stern tanking me, so I try to shoot his superstructure. Now, what is my freaking battleship doing? He's right there! He's right there! He's got a broadside Veneto! Does anyone want to take a guess as to why this guy can't do any damage? Anybody? Don't worry, you'll see later on. Watch his blind fire, though. I mean, it's a battleship. It's not hard to hit a battleship in this, you know, in a smoke screen. But look how much health we've managed to heal back after being rammed. Remember, we were rammed for 2/3 of our hit points. We've now put up 3 kills and 165,000 damage. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. Knowing my Achilles heel, I should have played this differently at the end. Okay? I should have not pushed towards the Suja. I have plenty of range to shoot the Cleveland. Cleveland is now going to turn back away from the Gnaizeno, and that's going to allow me to take the shot. And again, these are railguns. It's very easy to lead these things at range, even against cruisers. But we know he's dead. But we get the shot off and we get behind the island. He cannot spot us. I should have at this exact moment turned full broadside and committed to the turn away. I had plenty of time to do it. Instead, I expected the Suja to be a moron. Okay? Suja come out initially over-angled, and then he starts bow tanking. Now, I don't overmatch the Suja, so I have to aim superstructure and just get the worst RNG on the planet. I aim superstructure and every one of those shells hit the belt. And now I know that I'm screwed. There is no chance that I survive this unless that Suja is an absolute imbecile. Unless he somehow throws these torpedoes completely out of the way, which he has no reason to launch these until the absolute last second. And then, of course, we get the overpens, which we already knew was going to happen. But I try to get skinny here, but unfortunately, we are going to take 2 torpedoes right on the snoot, and that's the end of our game. Again, I knew up close and personal, I have absolutely no chance against that Suja, because I will never Citadel the Suja at this range. Ever. There is just no chance. And people will be like, Spark, you just aim too high. You need to aim into the water. Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay? You aim into the water at this range, your shells are just going to disappear. They won't do anything. I've done it. It doesn't work. At further out, maybe you get away with it. But up close and personal, your shells will simply hit the water. They will disappear. They do not go underwater and hit into the Citadel. Like, it's not how that works. I wish it did, because that would help in those situations, because I simply could, because I have high enough velocity that I should be able to still pin the belt at that closer range, and aiming into the water would make sense, but that's not how it works. Now, our friendly neighborhood German battleship enjoyer has decided that his entire game plan here is to simply launch torpedoes and shoot his bullshit, terrible guns with HE loaded at a bow-in cruiser. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe I am. I don't think the Suja has 27 millimeters of bow plating. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't think it does. I think it has 25 or less. Which means these 15-inch guns should overmatch in theory, and a bow tanking Suja is actually preferable in this scenario because it would allow you to get more damage. But unfortunately, this guy has a brain the size of a pea, and he's just going to keep shooting HE at a guy that out-DPMs him by a lot, and he's going to keep trying to flip around and go full broadside from one side to the other side, trying to launch his torpedoes at long range because closing the distance and using the torpedoes is too difficult, and would end up getting him torped anyway. But I have nothing. I have nothing for this, so I'm simply going to stop. We're going to fast forward to the end of the game because, shocker, this guy loses. But anyway, I hope this has served as another reminder of just how nasty the Azuma can be. You just got to play like you have a brain, and the ship is fantastic. So if you guys are looking for a ship for global, 177,000 damage, 2,000 base, and a loss, 4 kills. We got a diehard, we got a Confederate, we got high cal, and we had a whole bunch of taters surrounding us. Imagine if we had one player on my side of the map that wasn't a complete and utter potato. Just one. But let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.